In addition to the push to clean vandalized property, there's also a program that's bridging the gap between officials and the creative community, giving the artists the green light to paint around town.
It's a multi-pronged initiative. Certainly we want to combat graffiti, but we also want to beautify city streets.
The street art program funds work by some of the city's most prominent artists.
We've been absolutely adamant that if we're going to put any art on infrastructure or any designs on infrastructure, we should be getting the best that Toronto has to offer.
Gary Taxali is one of those artists. Most recently, he's made his mark designing pocket squares for luxury retailer Harry Rosen. But his artwork has been featured in magazines and galleries too, and even in your change purse. In 2012, he was commissioned by the Royal Canadian Mint to create these celebratory coins. His work is now finding a more permanent exhibition, Toronto's traffic boxes.
Doing public art has a connection with the public in a way that is more immediate, and it's kind of more of an honest sort of feedback that you get from people, and I really enjoy that.
It's the second year the city has commissioned artists to create artwork for their traffic signal boxes. Last year, 30 boxes were hand-painted, and this year, the artists' designs will be printed onto synthetic wrap instead. The fabric makes it easier to clean, should anyone attempt to put their own mark on it. But that's not a concern for Taxali.
My goal and purpose is not to combat graffiti. My goal and purpose is to make art and to work with the city on doing something that could perhaps prevent people from vandalizing, because that kind of thing doesn't help anyone. It's not nice to look at.
He hopes this design at the intersection of Bay and Cumberland inspires.
We have a guy that's looking at a heart, and maybe that'll spark someone to find love as they're walking down this block, and that kind of thing was my interest, really, just to do something that would make somebody maybe notice something quirky.
And a few Torontonians we spoke to are already taking notice.
It's neat to see things like that.
I think it's great that it's a deterrent to, vandalism, and it also, it's going to showcase a lot of local talent. I think that's great.
Actually, we have some products like that in Brazil, and it really works.
The work of late photographer Maura McElhenney is also being featured this year, a partnership the city hopes will continue to deter would-be vandals.
We've seen a decrease of graffiti vandalism on traffic signal boxes, and we're really hoping that people will respect the streets and respect the work of the artists.
The program is also hoping new and upcoming artists will want to participate in the Outside the Box program. They're accepting submissions this month for an additional 30 boxes. Anyone interested is asked to follow a few simple rules.
They should think about what would delight the public, what would be appropriate both for city streets and for any member of the public walking by.
And Taxali has a few words of wisdom for anyone thinking of submitting ideas.
I'm a working artist, and I've had so many rejections, but rejections are necessary. It keeps you kind of going. I think it really is important to just do what you love and hope for the best.